I never asked to become an advocate for the wireless harms issue, but when I saw the people I loved sick and suffering, I knew I had to take action. I was a very confident 12-year-old. I grew up on a very quiet dead-end street in a very wonderful neighborhood. We really liked mountain biking, archery, building forts and fire pits. It was a pretty perfect childhood. In March of 2022, my neighbors and I, we were riding our bikes to the top of our street and we noticed the trees were being cleared and there was heavy machinery and large earth-moving vehicles. We were completely blindsided. We had no warning about what was happening. And when our city councilors and city officials were asked, they didn't know either. One day, my neighbor asked a worker what they were building, and he said it was a cell tower. He also said that it would be up and on before anyone could organize to stop it. Yes, we were worried about the lack of a butter notification, the lack of publicity around the tower, the deceptive location, deceptive address, and the failure to have any community say about a project of this size on residential land in a neighborhood called Shacktown. The tower had been constructed and it was up for a little while, and nobody felt anything. And then one day, my sister came downstairs saying she was dizzy, fuzzy, and headachy. And within the same week, other neighbors began reporting that they felt symptoms like insomnia, headaches, dizziness, AFib, palpitations, and tinnitus. And eventually, Mom called Verizon, and the person she spoke to confirmed that the very day my sister came downstairs with those symptoms, the tower had been fired up for the first time. We knew of 17 people with symptoms so profound that it was impacting their daily lives. My symptoms prevented me from attending online classes because of the dizziness, nausea, and headaches, and people were literally sleeping in their cars instead of their homes just to get away from the tower. By March, we were sleeping every night away from home, but we had to go back daily to shower and eat and school remotely. Well, my sister and I, along with our neighbors, had a tag sale and sold our toys to raise money to hire an attorney. We were told that the health impacts could not be taken into consideration, so our lawyer fought on permitting issues like the failure of notification. We petitioned our city council to have the tower re-permitted, this time with notice, and while we had the complete support of the city council, it didn't make a difference. So we petitioned our city council to ensure all cell tower notifications would go out by certified mail. We asked for them to be sent to everyone within a 1,640-foot radius, and ended up getting it passed so that everyone within an 800 feet would be notified, which felt like a win. The biggest success we had was getting our Board of Health to investigate the cell tower sickness and hold forums with doctors, engineers, physicists, and subject matter experts, which led Pittsfield to be the first in the nation to issue a cease and desist against an on-air cell tower.
The Pittsfield Board of Health voted unanimously Wednesday to send a cease and desist order to Verizon if the company doesn't address concerns over the cell tower at the top of Alma Street.
Our court case is currently in the Supreme Judicial Court, and we are waiting to see if we will be able to go home.
In the meantime, it's hard for Gilardi and others impacted by the tower to think about all the time they've spent pushing for progress with no end in sight.
In our book, a win was a win. It didn't matter if it was small because it was a step in the right direction and it would have been better than what we had. The cease and desist ultimately didn't go anywhere, for us in our case. But in terms of setting a precedent that this can happen, it was huge. Like, I remember holding a forum and just everybody saying, this gives us so much hope. Because if you can do it, we can do it. And if your Board of Health can stand up and defend the health and safety of their constituents, then ours can too. Well, about a month or two into this issue, I heard my parents and neighbors speaking on Zoom at City Council and heard the frustration of our Shacktown community in consistently getting ignored by the people in power. And so one night, I asked if I could speak because I said if those in power are refusing to listen to the adults and who have been refusing to listen to us, maybe, just maybe they will listen to a child. And so at 12 years old, I was speaking at every city council, zoning board, and board of health meeting that I could. We would make posters about what was going on with the tower and how sick we were from it. We would post it on Facebook at Pittsfield South. And we would take these posters to city council and everywhere we could. And it started to go viral. And so after that, I wrote a story called Amelia's Terrible, Horrible, No Good, Very Bad Cell Tower Days. And Patricia Burke published it. and it was translated into 5 languages and spread around the world. And people responded, and people would reach out to me saying, I've been injured by a cell tower too, I have a cell tower story too. And that grew into the creation of Global EHS Day. And every year for the past 3 years, I've had our mayor issue a Global EHS Day proclamation and hosted, along with Cecilia Doucette of Massachusetts for Safe Technology, an annual Global EHS Day forum called Voices of the Invisible Made Visible. From there, the advocacy grew into speaking on legislative efforts, like speaking with Dr. Kent Chamberlain in New Hampshire on setbacks that would protect everybody equally, or introducing bills here in Massachusetts like HD 1135, which is a registry of harm for those with EHS, along with an educational component for physicians, nurses, and public health workers. It's heartbreaking that over 2% of the population are affected, and that children have literally died by suicide over this issue. People have become jobless and homeless over this issue. Children are forced to be homeschooled over this issue. Clearly 12-year-old me was onto something when she said maybe they'll listen to a kid, because I think I have been able to do my small part in sharing the voices of the people who are sick and suffering, and for me that's just the most powerful and important thing that I can do. By educating about using technology safer by hardwiring and the use of Ethernet, we can reduce the amount of towers needed and increase safety in our homes. By supporting 704 No More, we can value health and safety as much as we value viewshed and aesthetic. We are not invisible, we are not alone, and we are not going away until we can go home.